Hello everyone and welcome back to Unit 4 Flow of Control, and we are on the exercise of the nested loop itself. And I would say the practice of loops is very crucial for a programmer, and the best way to understand nested loop is by generating patterns. Now if you are good at generating patterns or generating logic behind the patterns, you will be able to understand any nested loop or any loop, or it will be very easier for you to build logic using loops, or you to use nested loop itself. It will be very easier for you to write your own nested loop for a particular program. So so the generation of pattern generation, or you can say, is the best way to give you a good practice of the nested loops itself. So we are going to practice these two loops, these two patterns, or you can say we are going to try out to generate these two patterns in C language. Okay. So what we are going to first we are going to have we need to generate this pattern. Okay. So what it is so it is printing X, or you can say any character that is getting printed one time, then two times, then three times, then four times, then five times respectively, and then we have new line character for each line. So how we are going to generate the logic behind that? Obviously we need a nested loop, one loop to print x's and one loop to change or switch line itself, or you can say the print out new line character for us. So we are going to have very outer loop that is going to print out the new line character, and inner loop is going to get executed. But there is a twist in here. The inner loop is not getting executed constant number of times. It is getting executed one time at very first time, and then two times in on next iteration, and then three, and then four, then five. So let's first have a loop for let's have first have a for loop that is going to get executed five times. I is less than equals to 5, and plus plus I, and there there we have one more. Then we have to have one more loop for int j is equals to 1 to, we don't know how long, let's take 3 for now, and plus plus j, and printf, we are going to print x only, small x, and then we have printf slash n. So let's see what we have achieved till now. So we have achieved a grid sort of thing, but the problem that we are having, that the working of the new line character is working very well. So the problem that we are receiving, that is the number of iterations of second loop. It is variable. It is not constant. It is changing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So what we are going to do now? So we need to compare it to some variable. We need to compare it to some variable which is incrementing, because we need to change the endpoint, or we need to make endpoint more far as the iteration of the very first loop goes on. So what we can do, we can compare it with I itself, because for very first iteration the value of I will be 1. For very second iteration the value of I is going to be 2. So this loop is going to you can say iterate, or you can say going to execute twice, or you can say I number of time, and the value of I for the very first is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are taking I as a parameter in here, or you can say we are taking the I as an endpoint of this second loop itself, or how many times this loop is going to get iterated, or you can say is going to get executed, depends on the value of I. And fortunately the I is increasing as we want. So we should expect the result in here. Yes, we are getting the required result in here. So now, what if we are going to enter the value from the user itself? Int n, let it be n, and printf, enter the value, scanf, then we have %d, and then address of n. What if we are going to enter value? What if we are going to get a value from the user itself, so that how long you want the pattern to get executed to? So obviously 5 is going to get replaced by n itself, and I hope it is not required to make it clear, because the n is the very value of the endpoint of the pattern itself. And you can see in here, if I are going to enter the value of n to be 7, so this loop is going to get executed 7 times, and this is going to get executed as per the value of I. So let's run the program 7. So you can see the pattern is generated from 1 to 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and I can enter any value and the pattern will stretch accordingly. So the next pattern that we are having is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3, 3 and 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. So, and there is a twist also. You can see in here the number of spaces before 1 is 4. You can see in here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then before 2, 2 is 3. Similarly here 2, and there is 1. You can see, you can imagine it as a grid, or as in grid 5 into 5 grid, and the first 4 spaces are empty, and then we have 1. First 3 spaces are empty, then we have 2, 2, then first 2 spaces are empty, or you can say are spaces, and then we have 3, 3, 3, and first spaces, then we have 4, 4, 4. So let's not worry about the spaces right now. Let's see what we can do about this this structure: 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and 3, 3, 3 and 4, 4, 4 and 5, 5, 5. So the number of printing is, I guess it is very well known. It is same. First we have 1 character, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So I guess the execution of the number of times which loop is going to get executed is fine with here. The thing that we are confused with right now is what number should be printed out. So it is not there. You can I guess you can guess it right now that I is going to get printed, because for the very first iteration the value of I is 1, 2 and then 3 and then 4, then 5. So we are going to print out I, and I guess the reason is very obvious. Let's see what we are getting now. Let's enter the value to be 4, and then we are receiving a very nice pattern: 1, 2, 2, 2 and 3, 3, 3 and 4, 4. So the value of I for the very first, or you can say very first execution of this loop is 1, and this loop is itself is going to get executed once only. Then for the second iteration of this loop is going to get iterated 2 times, twice you can say, and the value of I remains 2 for that. So I guess it is understandable why we are getting. Now we need to add spaces accordingly. Now we need to add spaces. So what we need to do? We need another loop within this loop, which is going to first add spaces accordingly, and then is going to print the numbers itself. Let's have a for loop again. Int let be k is equals to 1 to k is equals to less than or equals to, let's take it 3. We are not sure how many times we need to execute this statement. So printf, and there we have single space. Okay, so it is going to give 3 spaces to all the lines, I guess. So we are getting 3 spaces here, 3 spaces here, 3 spaces here, 3 spaces here. But we don't want that. We want here to have 4, here to have 4 for n is equals to 4 we need to have here 3 spaces, there are 2 and then 1 and none in the last. So I guess the very first space that we are having, in case of 5 we need 4 spaces. So you can see if the stretch is up to n, if you are executing the pattern up to number n, so to the very first space we want the space to be there to be have n minus 1 spaces for first execution, and for a second execution we need n minus 2 spaces, then we have n minus 3 spaces, then we have n minus 1 spaces, and uh, n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 and so on up to n itself. So this is a decreasing, I would say a decreasing order. First it is executing getting executed n minus 1 times, and then slowly it goes down to 1 and then 0. So what we can do in here, so we need to execute these spaces, or you need to insert n minus 1 spaces for the very first time, then n minus 2 for the very second time, and then n minus 3 for the very first time. So obviously the minus value is itself changing with the change in the value of I. For very first, for I is equals to 1 we want it to be n minus 1, for I is equals to 2 we want it to be n minus 2. So what we are going to do, we are going to give this value n minus 1, and let's see if our program is working or not. I hope it is working. Let's it will be 5. Let's, yes, you can see in here our program, our pattern is working very fluently. There is no error at all. I hope you understand why we are having n minus 1. You can see in here for nth, or you can say for the nth, you can say the level, for nth level, or for nth level we need sorry, for jth level, or you can say for jth level we need n minus uh, n minus I guess, oh sorry, sorry, so for ith level we need n minus I number of spaces before that number. So I hope this program is quite understandable, and I would recommend you guys to practice practice as many as pattern you can solve, because it is quite impossible, or it is not very possible for me to show you each and every program, and you can get their program solution on web itself, and there are many patterns you can see in here. There is inverted half pyramid, there is hollow half pyramid, then we have Pascal's triangle, and there we have more complex structure like these, and these we have more complex structure like these, and I would recommend you guys to practice these patterns, and go with an easier to the complex one. Do not directly jump to the patterns that are more complex. Okay. And as much as you will practice these patterns, as much as your grasp will increase in these nested loops, and it will also open up your mind, it will also freshen up your mathematics. So do practice them a lot. So this was all for this video. See you in the next lecture.